Hello, hello. Yesterday I spent whole day, maybe not whole, but a lot of time to think about what this dotPilot actually should be, what kind of features we should have, and how this is can be much, much better than all competitors around. And I come up with some kind of basic first epics. I want to show it. And well, of course, I already created on GitHub. So I'm start implementing it step by step. And if you want, just join and implement by yourself. I will check your pull request, but please, I know you will use codex or quote code or stuff like this. I really, really begging you, validate your, oh my God, just functionality. I don't expect you will validate entire code base, but please validate functionality, test it, or just let me know, like, for example, I'm tested on code. I don't have codex, for example, or I tested on GitHub Copilot, or I test everywhere. Please be responsive because I want to do this in right way. So I hope people will use it, and we need to know that it's stable. And tests, of course, tests are important. Tests not optional, and quality is not optional. Even all of us understand right now it will be generated. Please check it. Check it by yourself. Check tests. At least briefly check that it looks fine, and then create pull request. So what we have right now. Um, I'm changing. Okay, so our GitHub Copilot, yeah, we have list of epics here. Maybe I can make it even a bit bigger so it will be easy to read. We'll see. Okay, observability, evaluation, and trust. Let's start from first of all. So we have to install, of course, all this integration in our application. So first of all, it will be Microsoft Agent Framework with Agent. It will be localhost with Orleans. In this case, each session will work as a separate grain. And each agent also can be as a separate grain. In this case, you will see we will manage consistency and concurrency in really simple way, and you will enjoy it. So make application work. Let's open that. Or you pick some explanation here. Of course, we will change it, but again, also feel free to create your own issues because I want to know your experience. See, now I have amazing conversation with one of our best developers, Dima, yesterday, and he told me that now you don't need actual IDE right now. You just need, for example, what we have in open code. It's a file tree. So you see like what files inside, and you should be able to open file and see if it's some what inside. It's a code or some syntaxes or it's a markdown. It's really nice to see this markdown or it's a mermaid, so you can see diagram. So technically, as you can see the same experience in Visual Studio Code, for example. Technically, that's all. You don't need any IDE anymore because obviously you will not write code by yourself anymore. And in our repository, I add skills for .NET. It calculate complexity. It's translator stuff. It's resharper CLI. So all code quality is on really high standard. So technically now it's just I like it, or oh no, this is goes in wrong direction. I have to prompt and ask LM fix that. I want to have the same experience in our application too, because whatever you will do with that, write code, write articles, I know, plan something, do whatever stuff you want to do. Probably you want to see what's inside specific files. Okay, so I'm more operate on issues level, not just details explanation. Uh, of course, I ask ChatGPT to generate them. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm writing them by myself, but what I really gonna do, I'm going to review that and make sure each document is fine. So of course we need integration. This kind of delegation background, this is a really important one because I expect that you run a lot of parallel sessions, so we should manage them somehow. This library, it's important one when you work with grains first time, because in grains there is a, because see, they are single thread and they blocked until your flow will be executed. And in case if you call if grain A will call grain B and grain B will call grain C, for some methods, and grain C need call something in grain A, it will be in deadlock because grain A busy with waiting for all this execution chain. This library is about to check if you try to call something, some grain which is already blocked, or maybe you can create workflow, like not workflow, like dependency graph, so you're allowed to call which grain. So it's a kind of like permissions, not permissions. Like graph with calls, it's way you will not call random stuff. Of course, we need this integration, and everything should be embedded into a platform and inside this application. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, so I open everything in separate tabs, and then we will just switch between them. Uh, Okay, a lot of stuff. What we have, what we have. Okay, we already have spoke about that. Again, some technical issue, not issue, some technical epic. I wanna also support local models based on Llama Sharp and ONNX. Again, my experience not really good with them, but still, why not? In case if you need just experiment on your local machine, you not expect anything big, amazing one. We will see. But again, you need that experience because maybe several months after today, some nice small model will be released, or Apple will release some new M chip, and it feels so much better than everything else, and you will use this option. Or maybe you have a GPU cluster, so it's also fine. The same thing, of course, we should integrate everything. What is the? I have no idea what does it mean. Current shell. This is about UI. This is about UI. Manaka, it's a viewer. I really enjoy using that viewer. If it's support, we will find out. Because see, what I want to have here, I want to provide you experience when you have control in the same time sessions for different agents, and you can save files. So it will be your agent IDE for some reason. It will, again, it's not oriented to writing code, it's more for reviewing. Because I believe if you want to write code, you still should use Visual Studio Code, Rider, or any IDE you actually prefer, which are created for writing code. Now it's more for review, more for interact with agent, but you have to do this in one tool. Some stuff about that. And I know that I expected that this application will use not only by developers, and I know that Git is a kind of complicated. So I also want to have some small part of functionality of Git client. At least you will be able to see diff, and at least you'll be able to push, fetch, some basic commands. Maybe see work tree, because again, this is super important. Agent can rewrite something, change something. You might don't wanna push these changes, or maybe it will push changes. Who knows? But we need be in control of your data, and in control what happens. Uh, this is about integration with every three major platform. We still, I'm, I'm still not talking about Gemini CLI. Maybe it's nice idea to add it too. So again, I never use it properly. I think Google models, at least now, they are okay maybe for images, but they're not for development. And Gemini is so not okay. But maybe we will add it. Let me know if you use CLI from Gemini and you want to do this. Just let me know. We will add it. So this is epic about integration. Next one. Um, kind of the same. I have to review that properly. Uh, Unified, of course, unified tool, because we use our library for MCP gateway. It's exposed method for search and execute. So technically, with this library, we can have, I don't know, 100, 1000 MCP tools, and depend on whatever you want, whatever you context, it will call gateway and get every time, and not call like search, gateway through gateway, and every time it will gives you back list of tools you can execute for this specific case. We use this in several projects right now, and it works pretty amazing. I would like to say token consumption is really low, but it's unlimited possibilities. Now in MCP, it's really important. Also, skills are important. We will see. But MCP still here. Next one. Ah, I think we already solved it. Session composer, one of my. Yeah. This is about agent management. So I have code and technology for self-learning. Means that as much as you as much as you spend as you talk with your agent, it will learn from you. Learn whatever you want. What does it mean for you? Some words. What do you like? And it will be adapted. So we will have self-learning agents. But to make that work, we have to store them, store their states, system prompts, and stuff like that. And this is about that. How we can store it, manage the sessions, stuff like this. Monitors is also maybe important, maybe no, we will see. I don't know yet. And again, I would like to remind you, this is a just first iteration of this epics. I think our primary goal here is to implement everything we have in our mind, but in at least like some simple usable way, so we can start using that. And then we will learn from our experience. Amazing opportunities that LLM provide for us, we can easily create whatever we want. You start using that, using, oh, I don't like this behavior, I want something else, and you immediately can do this something else. I think it's pretty amazing. Let's go next. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Some kind of Git workspace workflow, at least some minimal stuff. So we should see this Git 3, be able to push, pull, and check diffs. I think this is more than enough. I use this like 3-5 function every day. Super useful, but without over complexity and some nuances maybe we don't want to expose and scare people who never saw Git in their lives. It's just fine. Local models, I already told about them. It will be Llama Sharp and ONNX. Everything already implemented. And 4 AI extensions. So we can easy to connect ONNX or Llama Sharp. They will provide iChat client or embedding client, and it will be used by agents, by everything. So you will see this is super simple and super useful. You don't need to do anything. It's already there. Just connect these libraries and that's all. That's why I'm talking about .NET has amazing infrastructure for AI. And when we connect that, we'll have like really, really production ready, nice implementation for everything. You will see testable, it works, it looks nice, easy to maintain. Amazing. There is no issue at all. So that's why I don't understand why people told that .NET is not ready for AI. I think .NET is ready for AI. It's one of the best language and platform and ecosystem. Observability, I already talked about that. it should be some kind of logs of conversation or token usage or stuff like this. We will find out. Especially we will need that for some kind of tests, for debugging probably, to see how it works, how it's behave. Mm. I don't think we really need to track entire conversation in daily basis and store all this stuff, but at least we should be able to see what's going on. Probably for, again, for debugging case, or maybe you will use it for some complicated cases, then maybe you also will need it. And last one, automated tests. So technically, we should have like entire automation tests, especially UI tests. We will have, so if we talk about tests, I think I should do separate video about testing in .NET. But technically, everything is simple. I think unit tests, it's really nice, but almost useless, except you have some kind of complicated logic. You want to test this specific logic for some reason, like math or whatever. I believe more in integration tests because every time when you run your application, it's not just your application, it's a database, it's a queue, it's some storages, it's everything, maybe several nodes, everything connected. You have API. So much stuff here. And I think most important, it's a test from end to end. Okay, I want to create user. What should I do? I should call this API with this specific model and check how it works. And if we talk about TDD in this case, let's talk about API development. Why you shouldn't use Postman? Because it's waste of your time. You write method in C sharp. You try to manually create this Postman why? Just do integration tests. Oh my god, create a HTTP client, just send your message. It's all done. You can debug it. And this through debugging, you will have everything. Something like this we will have here, but for UI tests. It means whatever you want to do should be available from UI, which means there is a user flow. An agent should create tests. There is a button, and click on this button, some function should happen, stuff like that, and verify it works. So this is my approach here. Every functionality should be covered by UI tests. So see, only in this case, we will know it works. Oh my god, I think they will be executed like forever. But this is a small price for that stability. And now I'm trying to fix build pipelines. So technically, oh, this is so strange. So technically, it should build everything. We will use warn as error because we really want to have clean, nice code. When it's builded, it should run tests. And when tests are passed, then on main branch, it will be able to build release. At least for now, we will have this release without any signature, just to make it work. But when we will achieve some kind of version 1, so it will be somehow usable for users, of course, we will sign everything and we will have signed builds, so everyone can use that. Um, what's next? That's all. Probably that's all. I wanna jump into this generation thing. I will make sure that I have nice and clear described issues and epics. And let's start this generation. I also will show results for my design team. So we will, and also this epic. So we will see what we can design, what makes sense to design. And that's all. Then we will make it work. See you next videos.